I shared a review of the Pioneer Carry Panda pack a few months ago after taking it on a personal item only flight to Las Vegas. And after that trip, I liked the bag so much, I wanted to try out their smaller personal item bags. So in this video, I want to show you a side-by-side comparison between all three bags, the Duration, the Savant, and compare them to the Panda pack. Each of these bags is designed to use as a personal item with measurements that are all well within the common 18 by 14 by 8 dimensions for many budget airlines. I'll share the full specs in the description below, but in order of capacity, we have the Duration 18 liters, the Savant at 20, and the Panda pack at 25. And then just to double check with my personal items sizer box, the Savant pack is going to fit in there easily. Duration pack, also going to fit in there with no problem. The only hang up here might be the Panda pack. I have this maybe a little bit overpacked, but it's going to fit in these dimensions, but just make sure you don't overstuff the pockets. Now switching over to the materials, there's not much comparison here because each of these bags uses the same materials and hardware. The fabric here is one of my favorite of the thicker materials you'll find on travel backpacks. It's a thicker 840 denier ballistic nylon, the different weave pattern that you see on most like Cardura backpacks. This is kind of cross grain, giving it a really different kind of softer hand feel. I also love the hardware on the Pioneer Carry. It's fairly unique for travel backpacks. They went with this large YKK, but a thicker nylon tooth Vislon style. These are generally going to be more durable and water resistant than your standard nylon coil zipper. However, they're not quite as flexible, so you don't often see them in travel backpacks like this. However, these nice rounded corners on this bag, these zippers work great, very smooth and easy to use. Quick note on security, I like these large, big, easy to pull zipper pulls. However, they're not the locking style. This isn't a problem anywhere you have the double zippers. You can easily lock these zipper pulls together, especially with this little night eyes lock. And most of the zippers that don't have the double zipper pulls have a little fabric loop here on the end that you could also use on a little travel lock if you wanted some extra security. Now that I've shown you an overview, capacity, dimensions, materials, and hardware, let's have a look at comparing the external features between the Panda, the Savant, and the Duration. The general style on these packs has a lot of overlap. The carry system, the laptop compartments are going to be largely the same, and all three have a lay flat main compartment. So the main difference in comparing these bags is really going to be the organizational style, the number of pockets on the front, the sides of the bags, and then of course the capacity 18, 20, and 25. So starting out with this front pocket organizational style, comparing the Panda pack and the Duration, because these are the most similar with two front smaller organizational pockets. Looking at these from the side, you can see each set of front pockets has their own volume that sticks out from the pack. So anything you put in here is not going to compete with space in the main compartment. These pockets are similar in size and volume. The Panda pack pockets are a little bit bigger, but the main difference here is an orientation on this zipper with top access on the Panda pack and this kind of front slash design on the Duration. This is largely aesthetic. However, there are some slight differences in packing on the Panda over here because the zipper's on the top. This is just really easy to pack in and out. It's also easy to pack up the entire full volume on this pocket. Comparing that to the Duration, it can be a little bit harder to get a full-size tech pouch in these pockets, and it's a little bit harder to get the full volume capacity, especially on this top little portion above the zipper. But now comparing that to the Savant pack, we have a completely different style here. You can see this front pocket is actually a majority of the volume on the entire pack. With a pair of shoes and a big tech pocket in here, it can hold a ton of gear, while your main compartment storage is going to be a little bit thinner. So bringing it back to these two smaller bags, the capacity here is very similar, just a 2-liter difference between the Savant and the Duration. So the main criteria you're going to use for differentiating these packs is what kind of gear you like to carry and how you like to pack it. For example, the Savant front pocket is great if you have a larger tech camera gear, stuff that's too big to fit in the Duration front pockets. You can also see it has a tapered design with fatter on the bottom. This is going to be perfect for storing a pair of shoes like I have in here with the toes pointing up. There's going to be lots of room in the bottom of this front pocket for larger, bulkier gear, but you still have these 4 smaller organizational sleeves if you want easy access gear from the top of the bag, or there's enough room if you just want to slap a tech pouch in there. Compared to that to the front organization on the Duration, which doesn't have a single large pocket, but instead 2 smaller pockets, this is much better if you have more smaller gear. smaller pouches or you want more separation between your stuff. While the Panda pack has more similar organizational style to the Duration, just with slightly larger pockets, an extra divider sleeve inside each one, and the addition of 2 extra side pockets that can act either as smaller water bottle pocket or additional small gear storage. I'm not going to dwell too much on the major similarities between these packs because, like I mentioned earlier, the carry systems on these 3 bags are virtually identical. There are some minor style differences, mostly due to pack size, but they have the same shoulder straps, back padding, and luggage pass-through sleeves. I go into more detail here on my full review of the Panda pack, so please check that out if you want more detail on the carry system. Similar deal with the laptop compartments, all very similar style top access behind the back padding. They'll all hold up to a 17-inch laptop. They have extremely thick padding in the back, good foam pad on the back side. The 2 smaller bags have this additional tablet sleeve back here, while the Panda pack has it on the interior main compartment. Unfortunately, none of these bags has a really solid false bottom to keep the laptop off the bottom of the pack, but there's a thick layer of padding here to protect against light drops. Last thing I have to show you is the interior organization, where again, we have a similar theme of the same basic style across these 3 packs, with the biggest difference being the size. All 3 bags have the same zipper style, and in the main compartment, full opening panel. You can either pack from the top, carry it like an everyday carry pack, or fold the front panel down completely so you have easy access into the main compartment for packing gear for travel. And then to show you the depth comparison from the side, the Panda pack is going to be by far the largest, followed by the Duration pack, and the thinnest over here is the Savant. The Panda pack is the largest bag, so obviously it's going to have the largest main compartment. 25 liters isn't huge, but this main volume, you can fit some pretty decent sized packing cubes and gear in here, plenty enough for a longer weekend trip. These are the 2 smaller bags, the Duration and the Savant. Little sleeve in here, but other than that, basically the same setup. So remember, the Savant has this very large front pocket, so you're going to get a much smaller, very thin back pocket here. Compare that to the Duration, which is somewhere between the Savant and the Panda pack. There are some slight differences in interior organization here. The Savant and the Panda pack both have 2 interior zippered pockets on the lid side. Well, the Duration, basically the same setup, except it just has the 1 top mesh pocket. There's also additional sleeve in the main compartment in the Duration and the Panda pack, while there's not one in the Savant. So now I wanted to wrap this all up in a quick overview summary between the Panda, Duration, and Savant. For me, the Panda pack is large enough to work alone as a small travel backpack on either a short business trip or a longer weekend trip. If you can pack down small enough, this bag has enough capacity in the main compartment and enough organization in these front smaller pockets to be your only carry-on bag. Moving down in size to the Duration and the Savant, these are smaller bags, so unless you're doing a really short trip, these are going to be more like a personal item in addition to a rolling suitcase, or to use as an everyday carry pack when you get to your destination. The capacity is very similar, 18 versus 20, with the biggest difference being this front organizational pockets. Larger, bulkier gear is going to work really well in the Savant pack, while smaller, more organized gear is going to be great in all these front pockets for the Duration. So I hope you enjoyed this overview comparison between the Pioneer Carry Panda pack, the Duration, and the Savant packs. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And again, thanks for watching.